Bitcoin has been a hot topic for investors and enthusiasts alike, with many speculating on where the price of the world's largest cryptocurrency will go in the coming years. While there have been many predictions and forecasts, a recent report from Standard Chartered has caught the attention of many in the industry. According to the report, Bitcoin could rise to $100,000 by 2024, even as prices collapse in the short term. The report's authors, analysts Jeffrey Kendrick and Melissa Chan, argue that Bitcoin's long-term value proposition remains intact, despite the recent price volatility. In their report, Kendrick and Chan note that Bitcoin's value proposition as a store of value and inflation hedge has only grown stronger in recent years, particularly in light of the unprecedented monetary policy responses to the COVID-19 pandemic. As governments and central banks around the world continue to print money and drive down interest rates, many investors are looking for alternative assets that can protect against inflation and provide a safe haven for their wealth. Bitcoin, with its finite supply and decentralized nature, has emerged as a leading contender for this role. The report notes that the current macroeconomic environment, combined with growing institutional adoption of Bitcoin, could help to drive the price of the cryptocurrency to new heights in the coming years. However, the report also acknowledges the short-term risks and challenges facing Bitcoin, particularly in light of the recent price collapse. The authors note that the recent sell-off in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies was likely driven by a combination of factors, including increased regulatory scrutiny, concerns over environmental impact, and market manipulation by some investors. Despite these risks, the report's authors remain bullish on Bitcoin's long-term prospects, citing the cryptocurrency's growing adoption and value proposition as key factors that will help to drive the price higher in the coming years. They note that while the short-term volatility may be difficult for some investors to stomach, those with a long-term horizon and a willingness to weather the ups and downs of the market stand to benefit from Bitcoin's potential to reach $100,000 by 2024. Of course, it's worth noting that the predictions and forecasts of analysts and experts should always be taken with a grain of salt. The cryptocurrency market is notoriously volatile and unpredictable, and any number of factors could impact the price of Bitcoin in the coming years, both positively and negatively. That said, let's take a look at some of the reasons why Bitcoin could reach $100,000 by 2024. One of the biggest reasons why Bitcoin could reach $100,000 by 2024 is institutional adoption. Over the past few years, we have seen a number of institutional investors start to take an interest in Bitcoin. This includes companies like Tesla, which recently invested $1.5 billion in Bitcoin, as well as other companies like MicroStrategy, Square, and PayPal. These investments have helped to legitimize Bitcoin in the eyes of many investors, and as more institutions start to invest in Bitcoin, we could see the price continue to rise. Another reason why Bitcoin could reach $100,000 by 2024 is scarcity. There are only 21 million Bitcoins that will ever be created, and as more people start to buy and hold Bitcoin, the supply will start to run out. This scarcity is one of the things that has helped to drive up the price of Bitcoin in the past, and as more people start to realize that there are only a limited number of Bitcoins available, we could see the price continue to rise. Another factor that could help to drive up the price of Bitcoin is the halving events. Every 4 years, the number of Bitcoins that are mined is cut in half. This means that the supply of new Bitcoins is reduced, which can help to drive up the price. The last halving event occurred in May 2020, and we have already seen the price of Bitcoin increase significantly since then. The next halving event is scheduled to occur in 2024, and if history is any indication, we could see the price of Bitcoin continue to rise as we approach that event. Another reason why Bitcoin could reach $100,000 by 2024 is network effects. Bitcoin is the largest and most well-known cryptocurrency, and as more people start to use it, the network effect will kick in. This means that as more people use Bitcoin, it becomes more valuable to everyone else who uses it. This can help to drive up the price of Bitcoin as more people start to see the value in using it. Finally, Bitcoin could also reach $100,000 by 2024 because it is seen as an inflation hedge. With central banks around the world printing trillions of dollars in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, many people are worried about inflation. Bitcoin is seen as a way to protect against inflation, as it is not subject to the same kind of inflationary pressures as fiat currencies. This could help to drive up the price of Bitcoin as more people start to see it as a safe haven asset. So, those are just a few of the reasons why Bitcoin could reach $100,000 by 2024. Of course, there are many other factors that could impact the price of Bitcoin, both positively and negatively. It's impossible to predict the future with any kind of certainty, but based on the current trends and factors we've discussed, there is a good chance that Bitcoin could continue to